My name is Dave Butler. I'm the IT manager at Puma UK. I inherited a system from the previous IT manager. So I took a look at our existing system, which was a BT Meridian Option 11, and discovered there was a lot of spiralling costs associated with running the system. You couldn't simply just unplug a phone and move it somewhere else. You had to get BT in to do that for you. The crunch point was our managing director missed an important phone call from our key customers. We had no voicemail in the previous system, which is a very basic requirement. When looking at solutions, I found the market is quite confusing. If you look out there, a lot of companies claim to have an IP solution, but a lot of these solutions are evergreen products, so they call them, or hybrids, and basically they're an old PBX with a nice fancy IP front end glued to it. The problem with doing that is it's still at a PBX, it's still got the same issues with programming, routing, you've still got to go through the PBX. The integration for me was a big issue. We had to make sure whatever we did fully integrated with our current IT systems. I didn't just want another box sat in a corner which didn't talk to anything else. Hence we looked for a unified solution which allowed us to link our customer inquiry systems into our phone systems. Puma are forever developing the way they work. It's always changing and nothing's ever the same. Our IT systems alone have developed substantially over the last 10 years. I needed a system which would move with Puma's strategy going forward, and I felt the old style PBXs weren't going to do that, so I needed a pure IP solution which I could sit on a server in the IT comms room and it would just be another part of our IT infrastructure. The most important part of the installation was working with our business partner, our Swyx partner. Our Swyx partner were a company called NGC, based in the Leeds area. They worked very closely with the Puma IT people, and it was very important for us that it was a synergy between the two, ourselves and them. We've got an experienced IT team on this site, and they needed to utilise our network in order to get a successful installation. We use Lotus Notes for our email server, and for that we needed again to integrate Swyx with the Lotus Notes product. For me, the key feature I particularly like is the ability for me to see instantly who's calling me. Via the Lotus Notes mail client, I set people up in my address book, and the Swyx system looks up that address book in turns. For example, I am receiving a call from one of my colleagues. As soon as I do this, the screen pops up, and you can see on the screen here we've got the Puma personalised logo on our Swyx skin, and this is a list of all the people who are calling us. Okay, I can choose to put this to voicemail, forward the call, or just cancel the call. With the adoption of this Swyx solution, we could consolidate onto one reception. We've now got one centralised number for Puma throughout the UK. In the past we had multiple numbers. Now with this facility we can transfer calls between our sites with no costs involved at all. In the past, if we moved office around or relocated desks, we had to bring BT in to move our phones. The phones couldn't just be simply unplugged and replugged. With Swyx, the moves and changes are very simple. It's a part of your network, it's just like a PC. Basically you plug it in elsewhere and it just works. Every phone on a desk can be used by anybody. They just log into the phone with their PIN number and that activates that person to be at that location. Doesn't matter where they are, the person calling them would be none the wiser where they were within business. The extra functionality we most rely on now is the ability to forward our voicemails to our email clients. So now when a customer calls or somebody calls in, they can leave a voicemail and in turn that is sent to our email client and we can pick up the email and listen to it offline, out of the office, wherever we are. A pure IP solution such as Swyx is basically just a piece of software sat on a server, and that makes it simple. If you can control the software, you can control your system. Using the scripting language within Swyx, we can control our calls routed for the big company. They can ring 3 times on one desk, ring twice on another desk and transfer to a completely different department. The flexibility is all there, you just got to use it.